Hope everybody have enjoyed the story till now. Now, before concluding the story, let us get a quick recap of the story, what we have got in the first two classes. It is name of the story is The Medal, written by Vibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay from Bengal. So that's why his name is such a long one, because he belongs to Bengal. Is the narrator's name as well as the characters into that have a touch of Bengal. So the narrator Suren was a teacher in primary classes. So he was teaching in 4th class. There he found two of the boys, Kamakhya and Sudhir, were fighting for the medal. The medal belongs to Sudhir and Sudhir does not want to give to Kamakhya, but Kamakhya wanted to just have a look. So during that one, this Suren, the teacher, to stop their fight and all, he has taken the medal and he has seen the medal. On one side of the medal, the image of Queen Victoria was engraved, and at the back side, the name being written of the person to whom it was being given. And the boy has said that this was given to my grandfather by someone from the English army, or some Englishman has given. That Englishman may be now died or don't know what had happened. If he would alive, he would be of 100 years. That means it was long back. It is from the past they have given that type of the medal, and this medal he has given to Sudhir's grandfather. So now this Suren, the narrator, wanted to take it to the village because he was going for a weekend, and he wanted to show that medal to Jethamushai, the person in the village who was well aware of all these antique pieces and all. But on the way, while he went to the village, he was actually getting strange feelings. He wanted to meet to his friend, childhood friend Vrindavan. At his home, before going to his home, he got the urge to jump into the river. At the home of Vrindavan, he got the urge to actually jump from the terrace twice. So then it was strange for him, and when he came back to home, he was sleepless the whole night because he could not get out of the fear that somebody is watching him. Continuously he had a fear that two pair of eyes, or you can say one pair of eye, was looking at him, and he couldn't able to sleep. And if he was willing to sleep, just forgetting about any person's presence or anything, he was getting the smell, dead rat smell, rotten flesh smell, or medicines or something like that, iodine, or the weird smells he was getting, and such a strong smells that it was difficult for him to sleep. So he was getting tensed by all this, that why it is happening to him. So anyways, the night came to an end. The fearful night came to an end, and the morning starts. Now we are starting our present class related to the story. Morning starts and the fear gone. Sometimes it happens, what we felt in the night can get changed in the early morning, because the freshness of the morning, or you can say the light, the sunlight and everything in the morning makes you more good and makes you feel refreshed. So it had happened with him, and he started feeling better, and his fear of someone is watching, or smell, or any urge to jump and all being gone. So now, as he decided, after half of the day, he went to Jethamushai, the person whom he wanted to show the medal. And when he went there, he wanted to talk to him, and suddenly he himself said, "Yesterday I saw you." Jethamushai said to Suren, "Yesterday I saw you, maybe you were returning from Vrindavan's house." So Vrindavan, they know that Vrindavan was their friend. So you were returning from Vrindavan's house, but it was too late, so I didn't call you. And call you means I wanted to call you a name to just have a hi hello at that time, but it was too late, and you are with another man, so I thought maybe he is your friend, that's why I didn't call. This Suren was surprised. He said, another man with me. I was all alone. From Suren's house to my house, I came all alone. So he said, no, I have seen one tall man walking behind you. He was there with you. He had a hat on his head and he was walking behind you. So he was very much surprised. He said, no, I don't have any friend with me, and nobody was walking just behind me. Maybe now your age is catching up. Who said? Suren said to Jethamoshai that maybe your age is catching up and now your eyesight is becoming poor. That's why you must have seen someone else, but it is not myself. Jethamoshai said, maybe my eyesight is becoming poorer, maybe I am catching up my age, but I could not go wrong in such a way that you deny the presence of a person. I have seen the person. He said that when you are walking from Vrindavan's home, at the place where you find the mango tree, you light up a torch, and that torch was falling on your face, and I could see the person standing behind you. He is a little bit taller than you. I couldn't see his face because the torch light is falling on your face, so it is reflecting. Your face is reflecting to me, but not the other person, but he was standing behind you and he was walking behind you. So you can imagine what would happen to Suren. He was so surprised and so horrified, actually. Surprised is secondary thing, horrified, that he forgot to talk about the medal to Jethamoshai. He didn't show him, and he was like totally confused that how can he be so sure that the tall man was behind me. Even I don't know that somebody was walking behind. So you just imagine it out how the situation would be. It's a horrible situation that the person himself doesn't know that somebody behind and the other person is witnessing this one. So it was very difficult for him to digest it out, but he thought, now let me go back to my school once again, that means to my place where I work. So again he has the train and the timings of the train being near to him, so he thought to walk, and he started walking again in the evening at 5 p.m. he started walking for station. There he has to cross one garden. That means while going to the station he has to cross a garden. So he was crossing the garden. Obviously 5 p.m. means again starting getting dark a little bit. So when he was crossing, suddenly he felt like somebody was standing over there. Lightning struck and he got some lightning or something, and he saw the person standing. And what was that person? It was someone tall. Remember what Jethamoshai said? Someone tall behind him. Someone very tall was standing, and with narrow helmet on his head was standing just near to Suren. So Suren got numb, the whole body get numb. He could not move his body. He was so numb with the fear. He was unable to think, what is that happening, who is there. He was looking at that place, and whenever the lightning would be there, he can able to see the figure of that person. He could not able to see the face. So he was getting the figure of the person. He was numb, and he was not now getting worried. Maybe that whoever, maybe the ghost or anybody would attack on him or something would happen. So he was even not able to think straight, not able to think properly. Suddenly one of the village man, he came with a lantern in his hand. Lantern, if you can go onto the Google, you can find it out what is the image of the lantern. Previously, maybe nowadays also in the villages the people used to light up. It's not actually like a lamp. It had a big hanging like one, that is known as a lantern. So he came with a lantern and he asked Suren, Babu, where are you going? And now you are going to station, so why you are standing here? This place is frightening. Means at this place people get afraid of and people get the fear. The people feel that there is something in this place, so move from this place, why you are standing here? Then he was so numb that he was unable to speak. So he said, you are looking at that place, okay. Then towards his glance, the old man's, the poor, or you can say the village man has seen that, and he said, okay, that was a tree. Where you are looking, that was a tree with trimmed branches. The branches was cut off, and it was a tree. Long back it was a big huge tree, but now it is cut off, and it was cut in such a way, the branches and the head of the tree was looking like a hat, or someone wearing like a helmet on the head. It was like getting a figure into that. As I said in previous class, that sometimes you can find your own dresses or something which is hanging outside on the hanger. You find some terrified, you get terrified by seeing that, you find something different into. So the same thing had happened, and he was very ashamed. He felt Suren when he saw, okay, that is the tree which is cut, and the branches were trimmed in such a way that it was looking like a tall person. So he felt ashamed, he felt bad that being such an educated one, being a teacher, how I am getting scared of such a thing. And then he wanted to forget out, and he went towards the station. And as soon as he gone back to the place where he worked, he immediately returned the medal to that boy Sudhir. So Sudhir has said that my dadu, my grandfather wants to meet you, he wants to see you. So he was a little bit hesitant to meet the person. He said he never saw me, he never actually talked to me anytime. Now he wants to meet. So maybe he could ask about the medal, that why you have taken the medal from my grandson or something like that. He was getting mixed feelings and mixed tension into his mind. So he thought, let me go once and find it out. Anyways, the person wanted to meet, so he has to meet. So as he went there, he talked to the grandfather. The grandfather said, I'm very happy to see you safe. You are alive and safe. He said, I'm very happy, because it happens that his brother-in-law, grandfather said that my brother-in-law, once he took this medal from me and he wanted to show it to his family, so he has taken to the village, but don't know what had happened. He jumped from the terrace and he died. Where after his death, we found the medal in his pocket. So I was getting terrified that something maybe happened to you, because Sudhir said me that my teacher has taken the medal and went to village. So I was getting worried that something might happen to you. Immediately Suren got all the recaps in his mind, what he was getting all these time when he had the medal in his pocket, to do the suicide, to die, either jump into the river from the terrace or something or the other, he wanted to die. So he said that from the terrace, he asked in a sound that he could not able to hear, from the terrace. So he said, yes, from the terrace. Don't know what had happened, but he died. And grandfather has said that no one can withstand the power of this medal except our family. That means no one can able to bear the power of this medal. This medal is very powerful. Maybe it has some magical power or something, curse, something into that, that only our family can withstand the power. Our family can bear the power of this medal, not the other families. If anybody outside our family wanted to take that, they would either die or they would meet with an accident, something would happen to them. Or if anybody would have taken, immediately within an hour or two, they return it to me, because they said that we are getting strange fear. Whenever we kept the medal into the pocket, we are getting the strange fear. We are feeling that somebody is walking behind us. So when grandfather was saying all this, Sudhir was recalling all that had happened to him. And it was because of the medal he was getting such horrific incidents, or you can say such thing was happening to him. Now after 1 month, he got another chance to go to the village. So when he started going to the village, when he went to the village, actually he tried to find out where the tree was, where was that tree whose branches were trimmed and it was looking like a hat, a person standing and all. He wanted to find out the tree, but he couldn't get the tree, no traces of the tree, and even he couldn't find the road. He couldn't get the road, neither the road nor the tree, nothing was there. And he recalled many times that how many times he visited to the village, he never saw the tree, never saw the road, only that time when he was keeping the medal and when he went to the village with the medal in his pocket. So maybe because of the medal, all this illusion being created, nothing was there, and he was very thankful that he was alive. After the incident happened, after the 4 years, he got the courage to narrate the whole story. I hope you have understood. This is the end of the story. He is alive, he was safe, and it was about the, you can say, the magical power or the curse or something of the medal, that is, which is invisible or supernatural power. So I hope you have understood well. Try to read it out immediately so you can understand, because the incidents or whatever the explanation would be fresh into your mind and you can understand the story in a better way. So in the next class we will try to go ahead with the prose or poetry. By the time, enjoy the day. Have a nice day.